Hello everyone, Sons of the Tomb. Welcome to another mod overview, this time on Dehydration. A mod that simply adds in the ability for you to now have a thirst system added. All you need to do though is just use water bottles. There's no like filtering or this and the other, it's just drink a water bottle every so often and you'll be fine by refilling it. Obviously you do need to be careful of hot biomes, as well as obviously if you are in one, obviously bring quite a bit of water, or don't wear armour, as armour will obviously affect you in these biomes. Otherwise, if I just go to one, because we're just in a sort of standard biome here, it'll probably be pretty normal. So we'll just go to our desert biome over here. I'm just gonna go into creative, just in case I don't teleport high enough. There we go. Not too bad though. Okay, so we'll just do this. And we'll just sort of run around a bit, I guess. We'll just go in daytime, because nighttime I don't think it will affect us, possibly. So, let's see. And I don't know if sprinting or anything affects it at all yet. My guess is it probably does, but we'll see. I've got some stuff from my other mod overviews. There we go. So let's get rid of that. Max, we need them right now. There we go. We'll just sort of run around a bit. Like so, and my guess is not too much. Maybe we might try some armor, for example. I don't think it matters which, as long as you have armor on, so let's go with iron, for example, just because why not? See, we're just encountering it, and you were at that point in the game, we already had it. And I think we can see an icon now there showing that it's now hot. I don't think that's just because of the armor? No, it is not. So we'll go to outside that, and I don't know if a savanna will also count, or if we can go into, say, a river biome or something where it harness. Is that the case? Yep, so that disappears when you're not in a hot biome, but when you're in a hot biome it will appear right above the XP bar's number. So there's that. So not being affected too much here. It is pretty normal, of course. Even though obviously there's a slight difference, but yeah. Yes, that seems to be the case. I don't know if there's an effect I can apply, like a thirst one, for example. I don't think so. Yes, there is a dehydration effect. We'll go this, and see what the effects are. So we can't move whatsoever. We're completely stuck. I don't know if the... Oh, okay, so that's maybe just the immediate effect. Oh, okay, that dropped quite a bit. I don't see the bar going down, though. So that's just the effect there, though. The bar itself hasn't. Okay, maybe I can't change that. At least not that way. So yeah, we'll just sort of stay here for a bit and wait, but for the most part we'll go to the actual configs. We'll go dehydration. Oops. There we go. And you've got the following options, which I assume are maybe accessible in configs as well. And it's just a carryover through to mod menu. By the looks of things, yes. Okay, so we'll go with mod menu since it's easy to understand it and easy to tweak. So you've got no armor heating up, so that's no. So my guess is that in this state, armor is affecting you instead of it being the opposite, since it says no armor heating up. That would be my guess. But either way, you can turn that sort of feature on and off if you do want armor to affect you or not in such a way. You've got dehydration damage, which is 1.0, which obviously you can change accordingly if you want to. And obviously the duration and ticks sort of notices here for some of the interval stuff below. So obviously 1 second is equivalent to 20 ticks. So you can change the dehydration damage interval, which is, I assume, 400 ticks or 400 seconds. I don't know about that one. Hang on, we'll get the config and see if it actually specifies. It does not. Okay. I'm not sure which it is, but my guess would most likely be ticks in this case. Okay, it does say tick interval there though. Yeah, I would assume it would be consistent with ticks throughout, so yeah. So I'm assuming that's 400 ticks, and that's for obviously each time dehydration is gonna go down, or it's each time the player will be affected because of dehydration being the case. Or it's just like how we were stuck completely in place there, I guess. You get the effect time, which is obviously how long that'll last when you have it. You've got the tick interval, so I assume that's like between each time it either applies the effect or checks for it, or increases or something, maybe, I don't know. You've got the cooldown effect, which I assume is when it's gonna sort of exit dehydration, and you've got the tick decrease, which is obviously sort of like a time between. I don't know, actually, I'm not that knowledgeable on that, actually, so I can only guess. You've got the heat icon position, so you've got the X, Y, and A outline. So if we wanted to, we can move this accordingly. Just go, I don't know, something like that, for example. And that's there, so that's, I assume, supposed to be for the bar, as much as possible, because this one just applies the outline to the actual water droplets on it. Let's see. I think that's supposed to change the position of it. I don't know, 100? Can I go negative, even? No. Oh, okay, so that's that part there, the actual flame. So if we go up here, you can see it slightly right next to my hand, so that's where it'll move that. It's not the actual bar itself that's above the hunger bar. So it's only the dehydration part, which I think it probably did specify, I just wasn't thinking. Heat icon, okay, so just the heat icon, there we go. So we'll just go, I don't know, 1000, for example, even. We'll go probably off screen, said direction, that away. So I don't know, but either way, you can move it wherever you want to make it more clear compared to it just being, say, in the center of the screen. Or the center of, sorry, in the center, but above the following. Now the only thing I guess I could test, that's still keeping water, but also the other, is if we test the actual bar and how it goes about the breath bar as well. Okay, so it pushes that above it, not having it in place of it or anything. Okay, I just wanted to know, because you never know when new bars are added, whether or not they get pushed up or they're still in place of, or the other gets pushed up, but it seems this one's being pushed up itself by the breath bar. That's good to know. Other than that though, I just have to wait for this to change, so I would probably just change the intervals a bit more. And let's see, I don't know. Dehydration of damage. Armor heating, yes. And then we'll go dehydration. Let's see if that changes the kicking in. So, I don't know. 100. Let's kind of do. I don't know enough about cooldown and anything else. I'm not going to tweak those too much. For some reason, it's not showing the other icon now, which is weird. Interesting. So maybe that did actually turn it off then. Okay, so that did actually turn it off, so it's that it turns it on or off. So no armor heating up. So if we turn that to off, then it means armor is affecting us actually. Interesting. Weird, okay. It just says no, so I was like, hang on, what? But, okay. Just in case. It's just not wanting to drop though. But my guess is that maybe the water bottle will probably do, I don't know, 1.5 or something, just at a guess. Is it because I'm in peaceful? That also might be why. So go to normal then. That's probably the issue I was encountering there. It just doesn't harm you in peaceful. Okay, so it gets to a bit smaller there, as you can see. So it's not exactly like a half the actual thing, like the hunger bar is. It's just a smaller version of it. So we'll just do that. And we'll wait and see what happens. Oop. Okay, so it crashed because it was trying to initiate the dehydration, and it probably made us take damage. So I'm going to re-enable that and change the effect, the actual damage amount that we did there, and also try and find out how much water actually affects us, whether it be just drinking it, maybe using a splash version of a water bottle, or a lingering version of a water bottle, because I assume only drinking it is going to work, not the other. So yeah, and we can obviously apply the effects in mod menu before we enter, so that's good. So we'll just wait for that. Okay, so we'll do this. we'll do this, and we'll go down to here, and we'll do that, and we'll remove that, and enable that, do this, do that. Hopefully it can change it accordingly. I don't know. Maybe we have to create a new world. But usually when tweaking these things should work out, so it should immediately change out the settings and not have us crash again. Yeah, so we died, but that's about it. Okay, so if I drink, what happens? That fills that up, so can I go again? Take that, take that, take that, and sprint around a bit maybe? No, okay, so I can, but it only does so much. We are still, yeah, that doesn't reset the difficulty. Let's see, yeah, because let's take a bit. Okay, so I might do just dehydration again then. That's probably the way to go here. So this and this. That's doing that. No? Okay, so it doesn't actually affect us in that way. So it doesn't actually affect the bar. Good to know, even if we're normal. Rather than peaceful. Good to know. Okay, effect clear. We'll just go to the desert again. We'll go game mode, creative, locate a desert biome. Where is it? Here. Not the exact same as before, so it's just going to take us elsewhere. I assume savannas and otherwise will also affect us, so we'll see. So we've got that going. We'll actually run into a savanna at sea. Sure. No, only desert biomes, not savannas. Interesting. So deserts and maybe desert hills is where it affects you the most. Okay, so we just run around a bit more. Hopefully get to see what happens. So we've got our hunger down, not our thirst. Okay. Yeah, this thing is the natural one. It doesn't actually do much for you, so obviously it is quite fair. Obviously, it's not immediately going to affect you. So that's good. But for the sake of demonstrating, it does become difficult if you don't want to tweak stuff as much. So hunger's being affected now. Interesting. Alright, unless this actually does work quite well, or just the amount that it has in the beginning is just quite fair. So yeah, we're just going to completely run out of hunger now, aren't we? Alright, so I'll maybe try and tweak it. Let's see, what can we do? Effect time. That's only just for dehydration. Cooldown. 1000. Decrease. No, I'm probably not going to affect it that much. What do I need to put it shorter? Probably. Let's see. Yeah, it's not going to do anything. So let's do shorter amounts. So let's see. We'll do this. We'll do 10. We'll do 40. We'll just cut those off a bit and see what happens. Yep, there we go. So dehydration's already kicked in for one. Our health is obviously doing quite a bit to us, so that's what the actual amount of damage is, which is the regular, compared to just immediately having you take damage, of course. And obviously you can take damage still that way, so yeah. Obviously just try and get it to a certain point yourself, and you'll find out in normal gameplay. But for the most part, I guess it probably just assists with like 1.5 or maybe a bit more than that, maybe 2, maybe 3-ish. I don't think it'll do like half or just fill up your entire bar immediately. But yeah, thanks so much for watching and goodbye.